What's up, everybody? So as you guys already seen, today we are going to be driving something quite special. Or well, I mean, to me it is a little bit special because of the fact that it's a new car, and the reason why I'm driving this is because of my BMW. The other one is actually in for a recall, and they gave me this just to drive around while they get it fixed. I know it's gonna be a short recall, so it's within the same day. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make this video just to give a good review about this BMW. To begin with, it's a 4 Series. It's a 2000, and in fact, you know what? We can find out by looking at the paper they gave me. Okay, it says right here that it's 2019. Wow, BMW 430i Grand Coupe. So which is a 4-door. To be honest, I'm more of a fan of the 4-door because of the fact that it accommodates the vehicle better. I mean, unless you actually have like an M4 or something like that. First reactions, the first thing I did notice is that some of the things that actually seem to be leather. Good example, this thing's a good example would be this right here, the center console. It does look like leather, but I don't know, you guys can hear this, but you can tell this is plastic, right? The other thing, what else? Let's see. It's a black on black with some red stitching on the doors and the seats. It has the aluminum inserts. I'm gonna go ahead and call it that way. I know there's a right word, but I just forgot. Quite spacious. I mean, for what I'm used to on the 3 Series 4-door. The floor mats, of course, they are BMW. Right around the edge of the floor mats, it has red. It's actually red color. What else? It's an automatic, and I was driving it just a little bit, and this is, I'm pretty sure everyone knows, but this is the one with the 8-speed automatic. It has the stop and go, I guess if you want to call that, stop and start stop, which is the efficient dynamics, which you come into a stop sign or a light, and the engine will shut off, but once you release the brake pedal, it will start back on, thinking that you're about to move on. But it has a nice screen. I'm pretty sure you guys are aware of that. But I like what I see for a 430, which we both know that might be just the middle. Is it the 30 now, the base model, or is it the 28 still? I don't think BMW makes it 28. I think it's the 30. So this will be considered as the base model. Not bad. But anyways, let's get to the driving. We're gonna go ahead and put it in drive. Then this, a little tricky, but you get used to it. You press the hold, unlock, D, and there it is. So at this moment, we just go ahead and going to be driving it as a on D mode, no sport, just basic stuff. So here we go. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and exit over here. We're gonna go ahead and we're not really going to be. Well, we'll see how it goes. All right, and let's go. Quite quiet. It is quiet. You should expect that from a BMW, of course. For a 430 Grand Coupe, I'm not sure if it actually has any type of sport suspension, because they usually have a base model. Let's say 430 base, then they have a 430 sport. Then they'll have a 440 base, which is more of a fancy luxury version, and then they will have a 440i sporty. But the way it looks, I think this is the sport version. The screen is actually pretty good. It gives it a shape or a look of the if it was a tablet, you know. It's quite clear, the resolution itself, and it's great. I really can't complain. The one thing I haven't really tried yet on the stereo, if it actually connects my Android phone to this, so I can listen to Pandora, stuff like that. I'll go ahead and give it a try in a bit, but I really have no complaints so far. I know we just started driving. The car itself, for being a 2019, it has about a little over than 5,000 miles, and it's really, really nice for what it is, and which is a lot. A car like this, you know, it is really nice. Being the fact that it has eight gears, automatic. When you're cruising around 60, 70, or even 80 kilometers an hour, it barely, the needle of the RPMs, it barely goes over. It doesn't even go over the 2,000 RPM range. What that tells me, because of all those 8 gears, the engine doesn't really have to work hard to keep the vehicle moving. So what does that mean? Great miles per gallon. Is it? It seems like it. The other thing that kind of threw me away, and then it's new to me. I heard of it, but I never experienced it until right now. It's what they call the efficient dynamics. When you come to a stop and you hold the brake, you come to a stop by holding the brake, of course, the brake pedal, and the engine itself just completely stops. As soon as you let go the brake pedal, it will turn on back on. Every time you get in the car, every time you do something, you have, if you don't really like the stop and start, stop, whatever, vice versa. If you don't like that in that mode, you're gonna have to turn it off every time. Other than that, if you can live with it, good. It just did that again. It just did it. I let off the brake and it came back on. Because of the wheels that it has and the tires, I think it has 18s or 17s. I'm gonna say 18s. But it doesn't really have a low profile tire. It's just more of a, it has, this one came with Continental Compact Sport, I think. They look like an all-weather season tire. They don't really look like it would be a sport tire. But nevertheless, I remember when BMW announced that they were going to build the 4 Series. I remember where I saw him. I really liked him. I just didn't know how it was going to fall in or fit between the 3 Series and the 5 Series. It's like, okay, when you have a 3 and a 5, especially the new ones, there is a difference, but there's not that much. And my point is this: it was just hard for me to imagine that this will be between 3 and 5, because numerically Ford, it is between 3 and 5, but you guys get my point. At this point, I think I would prefer the 4 Series rather than the 5, and I will tell you my reasons why. Cars just keep getting bigger. There's not really anything you can do about it. They just do. Why? Because people want more space, or combined with good miles per gallon, so they want a car that has a lot of space, but at the same time they want a car that has good miles per gallon. But as far as the size of the vehicle, this will be a comparison. You will have to compare, let's say, I don't know, 2005. Yeah, I'll say like 2008, 9, 10, probably 10 or 12. 5 Series, as far as the size of it, they're really, really close to this one. So the difference from the 5 to the 4 is the once you get into the inside, it's quite minimal, but it's noticeable. And because of the fact that it's actually more compact compared to the 5, it just doesn't feel as big as what it actually is, or what it actually could be for other people. The size and the weight itself of the vehicle, it actually seems to get along. The other difference from the 4 to the 5 or even the 3 is the if you look at the rear part, the rear side of the car, there's a reason why it's called a Grand Coupe, because it has that bit of a shape of a coupe, and a 4-door is, which is nice. I like it. So now we're gonna do a little bit of testing, and when I mean testing, I just want to see how it feels like when you take off. Okay. First, see, that's the thing. It did it again. So since we're stopped, let me see if I press in the up. There we go. Okay, we're gonna leave it on D, and I'm just gonna go ahead and try to accelerate a good amount of speed just to see how it feels. Okay, here we go. It does feel like before taking off, the engine management and stuff is like, whoa, let's figure it out before you break something else with the tranny, the suspension. Ooh, and then once it jumps to second and third, and once the vehicle settles down, now it feels different, you know. How does it behave when you turn off the traction control? And I'm not really gonna get crazy. I just want to see what it does, and after that, we'll turn it off. Let's see. Traction control off, or whatever you hold it. I know that on the 3 Series, there we go. And let's see what it does. Feels pretty good. It really does. I like it. It does have the BMW sound. Most likely it has to do because it's a BMW. Down here, it actually has right above, right where the shift knob is, it has the first button would be traction control on and off. It has the button right there. The other one, it has sport pointing up, and then pointing down, it has the button that says Eco Pro. What I want to know is what Eco Pro does. What happens if we press it? Oh, cool. Wait, hold on. It's Eco Pro. Then it goes to comfort. Okay. And then it goes to sport. You can definitely, I mean, I'm not sure it is an electric powered steel system. So that being said, once you switch from Eco to sport, you do feel the steering wheel heavy. Now, what happens if, let's see. And remember that I still have it in drift. There's a lot of modes actually. It's kind of hard for you to get the right settings. So we have sport, and it's on D, and it's traction control on. What does this do? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop, and I'm gonna go ahead and put another little acceleration. Let's see. Does it keep the gears higher? Maybe. Fun, and it's something that actually goes back far enough to my 3 Series, my E46. Mine is an automatic as well, and when you put it in sport and when you put it in manual and you're dealing with the gears, especially on sport, let's say you take off, let's say right now, and then let's say the RPMs go all the way to 5 or 6, as hard as you want it, and you release the accelerator, it holds the gear. Not like some other manufacturers. A good example, I will say it, Ford and Chevy, and most likely Chrysler. I haven't driven a Chrysler or a Dodge, but even though it says manual mode, or shift or taps or whatever, it doesn't really allow you for you to mess with it, and it's not like you're gonna mess a lot. But the whole point is, if it's supposed to be manual, at least it should allow you to play with the gearing, with the gears. But no, let's say you're on third and then you rev it and then you're really close to rail line or whatever the case is, the car itself would actually shift it for you. So it's not like, so it's like drive, which is automatic, then it's manual, but it's like manual 0.5 or manual half, you know, because at the end of the day the vehicle still has somewhat of of control over you. Now, you know, there's a really good place to drive. There's a good scene. I'm pretty sure you guys can see it. Now, what happens if we put it on Sport Plus and traction control off? But now, what if I hold it? Traction and dynamic stability control, it's off. How does this do? Let's see real quick. Huh. Whoa. Keep going. No. I really like it. Now, that was Sport Plus mode with the D mode on the shift knob. So what happens if we put it to, slide it to the left and put it to Sport 1? Does it kick it higher, the rev? Does it kick in harder? What does it do? I like it. I really like the car itself, man. I really cannot complain. And if anyone out there is, let's say, is going to trade in and this caught your eye, whether it's the base model, the Sport, the Mid, the M4, I don't know. It's a really good car. I've always been a 3 Series fan, to be honest. But now that I have a chance to ride on a 4 Series Grand Coupe, I really like it. I really do. So I do recommend anyone out there that is really that close, and then there might be something like, I don't know if I should get it or not, and you just want that extra someone or that extra person to tell you should definitely get it because it's a good car, or because I drove it. I think you should give it a try. I think you actually like it. And I mean, it's a BMW will never go wrong, you know. Okay, but let's see what it does right here. Like that, and let's downshift. Golly, 8 years. Now that I went all the way up, you know, I slowed down, but then I just wanted to see how many gears it has. And it pulls pretty hard. What I mean, yeah, it does pulls pretty hard. Come on, it's a brand new car, it has to. But my connection, or what I meant, it was the transmission. When you shift gears, or when the transmission shift gear, and it's quite on a sporty acceleration, let's say that, you actually get the you know, in every gear, and I think that's awesome. I think that is. What else should I tell you? The AC, of course. It's cold. Heater. It's hot. You can actually do it individually, left and right, from the passenger to the driver, which I'm pretty sure most of the cars does it these days. What else? The visibility of the vehicle is great. Actually, you do have a nice greenhouse, but at the same time you are aware what is around you, but it's not really in your face, and that's good. Alright, let's go. And it has a nice sound. Hear that? Hey, Jesus. It's a really good car. Now, if I had to get a 4 Series, most definitely it won't be the 4-door. I mean the 2-door. My apologies. It will definitely be a Grand Coupe 4-door. The other one, I mean, if you're really gonna be putting yourself in a, most likely a lot of people are going to finance it, or even if you're gonna buy it, since you're really getting to a certain amount of money on this specific vehicle, if the 440, I would probably get a 440, to be honest, because I know for a fact the 440 is going to have more stuff, and it's going to have more power, and that's the whole point of it. I actually like driving. I like doing things like that, and I feel like that if I ever have to get into that, a 440 will be the way to go. An M4, not really. I mean, they are good. Of course, it's an M, but it's just the fact that I have watched a lot of reviews, and it's great, but not a good daily. The 430 definitely, of course, you'll be able to daily drive, because that's pretty much what it is. The 440, you'll be right between it. The 440 will be right in between, which is the be able to drive a daily driven car, and in case you want to hit the canyons and stuff like that. But other than that, you're not gonna notice any difference as if you drive it normally. But it's a BMW. When I went to pick up the car, I didn't know what they were gonna give me. I was like, maybe they give me the 1X. Maybe they give me the X1, X3, maybe a little SUV. I don't think they're gonna go any far beyond to do something like this. But it was nice, the fact that I got this and I'm having a chance to drive it. Hey, I will say is this, this right here, this car, I ended up getting it from Nelio BMW, and this one is from Elk Grove, California, which is literally next to Sacramento, California, because that's where I took my car to have it recall it, my 3 Series, yeah, the E46. So what can I say? Nothing but I'm nothing but grateful. To be honest, I didn't think they were going to allow me to drive the car or give me a car while they work on my car. I thought they were going to have me waiting. So thank you very much. That was actually amazing. And anyone interested in this car or any other car, just to see what they have, just go on Nelio BMW Nelio. I'll go NIELLO, Nelio BMW Elk Grove. It's on 8580 Laguna Grove Drive, Elk Grove, California, 95757. So summarizing the 2019 BMW Grand Coupe 430, black on black, it looks great. It really does. Stealth at the same time. You're noticeable if people want to be noticed, but not in a way that is like Jesus, you know. But it shows class, which is a BMW. Of course, it has to. The transmission itself works amazing. I have no complaints. I ever did. The engine itself, it works amazing as well. Just that 8-speed just kind of throws you off, because I don't know, it's weird. An automatic 8-speed, but hey, whatever it takes to give you the best miles per gallon when you're driving normal, right? Guess what? Road close. See that? You know what though? I will say this. Some of the things, even though for the year, compared to the mines, they seem to be the same, and just a bit tweaked looks. So that will be it for today's, guys. I hope you guys really like it. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get another car, not for Rico's of course, but when I mean other car, I mean any other car for me to do another review. And thanks for watching. Hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. Comment anything you want to comment. To be honest, I'm just starting to do these videos. If there's anything that I need to improve, shoot it. Once again, thank you, and until next time, peace.